The past century or so has been a bit of a blitzkrieg of progress. From horse and buggy to passenger trains to the family car to everyday air travel. From the abacus to adding machines to desktop calculators to smartphones. From iron to stainless steel to silicon-laced aluminum to touch-sensitive glass. From waiting for wheat to reaching for citrus to being handed chocolate to on-demand guacamole. Our world has gotten cheaper, and certainly better, and most definitely faster. And in recent decades, the paces of change and achievement have accelerated further. We've witnessed the release of more than 30 ever more sophisticated versions of the iPhone in just 15 years. We're attempting to shift wholesale to electronic vehicles at 10 times the pace we adopted traditional combustion engines. The laptop I'm tapping this down on has more memory than the combined total of all computers globally in the late 1960s. Not long ago, I was able to refinance my home at a rate of 2.5%. It was stupidly awesome. It isn't simply about stuff and speed and money. The human condition has similarly improved. During the past 7 decades, as a percent of the population, fewer people have died in fewer wars and fewer occupations and fewer famines and fewer disease outbreaks than since the dawn of recorded history. Historically speaking, we live in an embarrassment of riches and peace. All of these evolutions and more are tightly interwoven, inseparable. But there's a simple fact that is often overlooked. They are artificial. We have been living in a perfect moment, and it is passing. The world of the past few decades has been the best it will ever be in our lifetime. Instead of cheap and better and faster, we're rapidly transitioning into a world that's pricier and worse and slower. Because the world, our world, is breaking apart. I'm getting ahead of myself. In many ways, this book is the most quintessentially me project I've ever done. My work lands me squarely at the intersection of geopolitics and demography. Geopolitics is the study of place, exploring how everything about us is an outcome of where we are. Demography is the study of population structures. Teens act different from 30-somethings versus 50-somethings versus 70-somethings. I weave together these two disparate themes to forecast the future. My first 3 books were about nothing less than the fall and rise of nations, about exploring the big picture of the world to come. But you can only speak at Langley so many times. To pay the bills, I do something else. My real job is a sort of hybrid public speaker/consultant. The fancy marketing term is geopolitical strategist. When groups bring me in, it's rare that they want to ruminate over the future of Angola or Uzbekistan. Their needs and questions are closer to home and their pocketbooks, wrapped up in a series of economic questions about trade and markets and access. What I do is apply geopolitics and demography to their problems, their dreams, their fears. I peel out the appropriate parts of my big picture and apply them to questions of electricity demand in the Southeast, or precision manufacturing in Wisconsin, or financial liquidity in South Africa, or the nexus of security and trade in the Mexico border region, or transport options in the Midwest, or energy policy during the turn of American administrations, or heavy industry in Korea, or tree fruits in Washington state. This book is all that, and more, so much more. I'm once again using my trusty tools of geopolitics and demography to forecast the future of global economic structures. Or, to be more accurate, their soon-to-be lack thereof. To showcase the shape of the world just past the horizon.